Hello and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Sunday the 17th of January 2021. And because it's a Sunday, that's not in fact Guardian, since that's not published on Sunday. It is in fact from The Observer. It's former sister paper and now, I'm not sure what it is, partner or certainly not partner in crime, but partner in information anyway. Excuse the hideous traffic noise that's coming around. No level is given on today's Sudoku because the Observer generally doesn't. But just looking at it, I suspect it's going to be a hard level puzzle if you follow the Guardian system of classification. That's my guess though, absolute guess. Just looking at the numbers that are available in the open areas of white space that I see, a couple of boxes look very empty. What's happening in the news today? Well, things are moving along in a less excited fashion if you enjoy fascism. There has been slightly less fascism today than other days, although somebody has been caught entering Washington with a nice gun and 500 rounds of ammunition, intending to do God knows what. Lucky thing is that Biden has announced that the US will be rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, which is something reasonably positive, although that's not exactly going to save the world anyway, is it? I think we need to do more than that. Let's try to clear our head of other stuff. It's a Sunday, traditionally a day of rest and a day when people can enjoy games and pastimes like Sudoku. So let's do it then. Now, I've got absolutely no idea, as I said, absolutely no idea what kind of level this is. So I shall do what I always do and start scanning around, see if anything hits me immediately in the mush. And my first thought is really nothing. Nothing all is really jumping up at me like it usually does. So I suspect this is going to be a long one, a tricky one that's going to need time and effort invested in it. Okay, so first number, I can see 1 actually. I can see that 6 is, I'm not going to explain the rules at this stage because I'm pretty sure that if you are going to follow along here, you will need to know the rules already. This is a very empty grid. But very quickly, Sudoku rules are: you need numbers 1 to 9 in every square in a segment like this. Every column and every row needs numbers 1 to 9, and of course only one number can appear in each of the 9 squares. I mean, the number can't be repeated. Right, so I see the 6 appears in this row here, and the 6 appears in this column here. So we are blocking here. Only one possible location for 6. That has to be here, like so. I can see this 1, extend this 1 across this row here, and so 1 can't come here and has to come here, and so there's only space for our 3, our final number here. This is going to be a toughie, I think. Alright. Okay, looking down at this column here, I notice that we are going to need a 1 in this column here, and there's a 1 in this region here, this segment here, so there can't be a 1 here or here. Now that we've filled in this one here, it's blocking this square here, and this one is blocking from having a 1 here, so there's only one possible location for 1 here, and that has to go there. Similarly, 2 is missing from this column. We have a 2 in this segment up here already, and 2 is blocking this square here, so that has to be 2 like so. Okay, there are 3 numbers missing from this column. Let's just carry on in this column. I often warn people not to pay too much attention. You know, you have to keep looking up and looking around the grid, but since we're on a bit of a roll here, there are 3 numbers missing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What we are missing? 7, 8, and 9. But I happen to spot that 8 and 9 are together in this row here, right? So if there are 3 numbers missing and we have 8 and 9, the other number, missing number, is 7, then that has to appear there. Okay, if we extend these 6's across, 6 across this row, 6 across this row, and this 6 down this column, we can see there's only one possible position for a 6, which has to go there. Across this row here now, there are 3 numbers missing, but I can quickly notice that there's a 4 in this column here, and there's a 4 in this column here. So 4 can't appear here, can't appear here, so that has to be 4. We are 2 numbers missing from that particular row. What are they? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are missing 7 and 9. We have 8, so 7 and 9 are going here. This 9 is blocking here from being a 9, so 9 must appear here, and 7 has to go here, like so. All right. Probably we are not going to get too many more easy things, I'm guessing. Let's see. Okay, let's try putting in some paired numbers here. So, okay, we have a 2 running across here, so this has to be a 2 pair here. In fact, there are also a pair of 2's up here, right? Because this 2 is blocking everything here. There's a 2 going across here. There's a 2 going across here. So there's a pair of 2's here, here, and there's a pair of 2's, more importantly, I think, here and here. Okay. Also, we know that 4, I've just noticed 4 is missing from this segment. 4 cuts across this row here, but actually there's a 4 blocking here. And so that's a 4 there. That's a 2 there. Since we just filled in a pair of 2's up here, we can find out that number 2 up there very easily. Excuse my neighbour's chatting again. She likes to come out and be very chatty in the morning, not to me. Missing numbers here are 3 and 5. We have 1, 2, we're missing 3, 4, 5 we're missing. We have a 5 up in this column. And so I'm going to say that 5 goes here and 3 goes here as the last remaining number. Okay, down here we can see what's missing. We don't have a 3 and we don't have a 5 from this row here. So that's our pair. So that's a 3, 5 pair to fit in here. The 3 numbers that are missing here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we know that 7 can't come here. So 7 is a pair here and here. But 8 and 9 can go anywhere. Nothing is blocking them from going anywhere. So I'm going to put 8 and 9 here. In my own notation, since 7 is a pair, I put it in the top left of the square. 8 or 9 is available for more than 2 locations, so I put them in the bottom right of the square. I think that helps me. It's one of my most important tips, I think, for playing Sudoku. Okay, let's look at this lower section, I think. Might be slightly more fruitful than the top now. Okay, so what do we have? Oh, hold on a second. I can put in a pair of ones at the top here, like so. If we extend this one up this column here, there's a 1 in this row here. So 1 and 1, like so. We know that these ones now eliminate any ones from being here. Ones block any ones from being in the central row. There's a 1 up here. So we have a pair of ones here and here. I see. I was going to look at this area, but it just sometimes when your eyes see stuff, you figure, well, I'll put it in anyway. Okay, 4s go across this row, 4s go across this row, and there's a 4 in the center here, central column. So I'm just going to put in this pair of 4s quickly. And that's it. I'm going to come back and look down here as I originally intended to. Alright, so I see a pair of 9s first of all. I see 9 down in this column and 9 down in this column. So I'm going to put in that pair of 9s here. I would suggest looking for pairs before you go on and start filling in all the candidates. I think that's the most fruitful way. 6s, I can see 6s across this row, 6s across this row, so blocked and blocked. So we can fit a pair of 6s here and here. Threes come down this column here from this number here, and threes, there's a 3 in this row here. So there are 2 possible locations for 3. 3 can go here and here. 5s are blocked in this column, and 5s are blocked in this row, like so. So blocked and blocked. So we have a pair of 5s here and here, like this. Oh dear. Sorry about all of this noise, it's really disturbing, I know, but since I'm playing through the noise, well, you can too. Okay, I don't see any other easy pairs for the moment. I'm going to focus on pairs, I think. Before I start filling in all of the candidates, I think I'm going to just continue to keep looking for pairs of numbers all around the grid. Anything that takes my fancy. I see these 8s going up this column, 8s going up this column. So 8 can appear here or here. Fours, I see 4s in this column here and 4 in this row here. So blocked across here and blocked down here. So we have a pair of 4s here. 8s across this row, 8s across this row. So we'll fill in a pair of 8s here. Twos are down this column here, and there's a 2 in this row here, blocking the middle square. So that becomes a pair of 2s there. Fives are across this row and across this row. So not here, not here, not here, not here. 5s have to appear here or here. So, and what a fool I am. Look, I made a mistake. Fortunately, spotted in time. Very lucky when you make a mistake and you see it in time. Look, fool that I am, I added 5 as a candidate, not noticing there's a 5 here. I think if you say that you have done Sudoku and never made a mistake, I would be rather inclined to say I think you might be fibbing, because I'm sure that everybody must have made some mistakes at some point. I've made definitely more than my fair share doing things like that, filling in a candidate when actually the number was already there. Usually it's trouble. Often it's trouble you can't escape from and you have to start again. But here, nothing serious because, well, just simply nothing serious was necessary because I spotted it in time before I tried to eliminate pairs here. Now that I've seen that 5, thankfully, I can get my glasses cleaned. 5 is going up this column, 5 is going up this column here. So there are in fact a pair of 5s at the top here. It didn't affect what I filled in here. This was correct already. I'd seen, filled in these 5s here as that's correct. So there we are. That's lucky I didn't make a fatal error. I see 7s going up this column, 7s going up this column, 7 in this row. So I see a pair of 7s up here. I have no idea about the end game here, how difficult this is going to turn out to be, but this 2 goes across this row, 2 goes across this row, and there's a 2 in this column. So blocked here, blocked, blocked, and therefore that's a pair of 2s there. Okay. Okay, I should try not to be too silent for too long. I'm not sure there are degrees of silence, of course. I should have said quiet, not silent. Okay, so let's try. I just don't think there's going to be anything much more that we can do that is really going to be super helpful. So I'm going to start filling in the remaining candidates now, and let's see what happens. So here's a 1. Let's start down here. I have quite a few candidates already here. So 1 is down here, so can appear in 3 possible locations, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've seen it now. 6, 7 is missing. There's a 7 across this center column and a 7. So both of these 7s, intersecting 7s, block the central square, but nowhere else around. So that means 7s can appear in the corners. 7s, okay, like that. 8 and 9. So just check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, I don't see anything else here. So what's up here? 1s we've got, 2s, 3s we don't have. There's a 3 up in this column here, but apart from that, 3s can go anywhere else. So 3s go here like so. 4, 5, 6, 6 in this column here. So there are 3 possible locations for 6. 7s in this central column up here like so. Same possible locations for 7. So 7, 7, 7, 8, 9 we have already. Just double check on something. We have 9, 7, 9, 6, 7, 7, 6. So 3 numbers and 3 squares. That looks okay. 3, 1, 1, 5, 3, 5, 3. 3 numbers and 3 squares. That looks to be okay. Just double checking since I did make a mistake before. It might be one of those days when I make several. Where to go next? Let's try this region. I see a 1 coming down this column here, excluding here. Nothing horizontally intersecting, so we have 3 possible locations for 1. Oh, my neighbor is getting very agitated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7s across the middle here, across the central row, but nothing coming down, and so we'll put that in the bottom right of those 4 squares. Let me make that a bit clearer. 8 we have. The other missing number is 9, which could go anywhere. 9s are not being blocked from anything. No, not intersecting 9s anywhere, so 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and 9. Okay, down here, this 1 is blocking this column here, so there are 3 locations for 1. That's here. 2s are across this row, down here. So blocking this column, this row, so 3 possible locations for 2, like so. 3s are blocking this column, this row, so again 3 possible locations for 3. 4s are blocking this row across and this row down, so the same as 3. So 4s are here, here, and here. 5s we have already, 6, 7, 8 we have already. Last missing number is 9. 9s are down in this column, and so 9s can go here, 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 and here, like so. Okay, back up here. 1, 2 we have already. 3 is blocked from here, but nowhere else. So 3, 3, 3. 4, 5 is blocked from this row, but nowhere else. I'm going to say this is an expert level. I think it's harder than the general hard level that they use for the Sudoku in the Guardian. I'm say this is what they classify as expert level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are the missing numbers. But 8 and 9 can go anywhere except here. Okay, no 8 or 9 here, but can go anywhere else. So 8, 9, 8, 9, and 8, 9. Just double check you have 2 squares here, and that's either 8 or 9 in those 2 squares. Okay. Only one region left to do now. We have 1, 2, 3s can't go in this central column, but can go anywhere else. 3s, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. 4s we have. 5s are blocked from this column here, but nowhere else. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. 6 is actually a pair. I didn't notice that before. 6 is up in this column, and a block from here. So we have a pair of 6s, 6, 6, 7, 8s we have already. 9s are blocked from this row and this column. So 4 possible locations for 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. And there are a lot of candidates written in. This could be boring for you because right now it might take me some time to try and see, look for solutions that need some kind of technique. Now I hope you're going to stay tuned because those techniques are what you should be looking for yourself. Okay, so first up I've seen 5, 3 and 5, 3 in this column. Okay, this is only a 5 and 3, and this is a 5 and 3. So that means that there can't be any other 5 3s in this column. Got it? There's 5 and 3 here and a 5 and 3 here. So we have a pair that's exclusive, which means we can remove this candidate here and this candidate here from this. Any 5s or 3s that appear here in this column we can remove. Okay, and so now we have 8 and 9 and 8 and 9 in this row. So we know that we can't have any more 8s or 9s in this grid sector. So it means we can remove this 8 and 9 here. And so now we have a 5 and 3 here and a 5 and 3 here. Okay. We also have 5, 3 and 5 and 3 down here, although that's not actually going to affect anything. There's nothing else to remove. But by giving us a pair of 8s along here now, I hope you can now see that 8s have to go along this row, and we had a pair of 8s here. So this 8 is now removed because 8 has to come here, like so. Okay, now that left us with 9 and 5, but we also know that 9 has to be removed from this row as well. So if we remove the 9, we are left with a 5. Okay, let's just eliminate the candidates we've drawn that we wrote in previously. So let's get rid of that 9. In fact, that's going to leave us with a 9 up here, like so. I think that's the only remaining 9 now. Okay, so we'll fill in that 9. And when we do so, we notice that in the top left there was a 7, which meant it was part of a pair. So we look for the other 7, which is here. We're now crossing out a 4, and the 4 was part of a pair, so that has to go here, like so. That 4, I would just removed a 6, and so 6 goes here, like so. Remember, we've got a 5 in this square now, so we can remove the 5s. So we're left with something a bit more manageable. This 7 in this row now means we can eliminate that. This 5 in this row now means this can't be a 5. It was part of a pair, so we'll get rid of that. And we'll put in its other number, which was there. 1 was part of a pair, so I'm putting that in here. There's only a 3 left here now. Once we remove this 3, we're left with 6, and that leaves us with a 7 in that location there. Now we can bring that 7 down here. We had a pair of 9 and 7. We know that it can't be 7, so it has to be 9. And in this square, now that we've got our 7 and our 9 removed, we know that that has to be a 6. So we'll put that 6 in. So let's get rid of the 6 here. In this column now, we only have one number remaining because we've got a 3 already. We thought it was a 3 or a 1, so we now know that it's a 1. If we remove the 1 here, we are left with 7. And the only number left to fill in is 3 in that particular sector. Remember to remove the candidates that we have found already. So in this 3 now, we've got to remove the 3 here from this row, remove this 3 from this row as well. And now that we do that, we'll see that this 4 from this column down here, we have 2 left now, 4 and 2, but we have a 4 in this column here, so we know that that's a 2 to fill in. If we extend that 2 across, we had a pair of 2s here and here, so we know that 2 has to go there, and we can eliminate this candidate 2 here, like so. Still more removal of candidates. This 7 over here can be removed. Now, in fact, we know that 7 is a pair. It's going to be here or here. I'm going to promote these up to the top left just because it can sometimes make things easier for me. This 9, well, we're going to get rid of 9 here and 9 here, and when we do that, we're left with 7 in this position. Get rid of the 7 here. Okay, when we extend that 7 up along the grid, so remember, don't just get stuck in one area of the grid. Move around, move around. When we extend this 7 up, we'll find there was a pair, so we can remove the 7 here. Okay, let's see. We have 4 squares left: 3, 5, 3, 5, 8, 9, 8, 9. That looks good. Looks like it's we haven't made mistakes at that point. In this region now, I can see the 2 that we filled in. When we eliminate this 2, we're going to be left with a 5 here. And if we extend that 2 up here, we can see that that has to be a 3. Here we're left with 1, 3, so that's a 1, and that's a 2. Just double checking stuff because I'm feeling a bit iffy today. I'm worried that because I made a mistake before, I'll make a mistake again. So 3s have to go here. So I hope you saw that it was 5 and 3 here. So there's a 3 already here. 3 can go as the final digit in that row. Okay, back down to what's happening down here. In this column now we can remove 9 and 1. So let's remove the 9 and the 1 here and here. So here we're left with 4 and here we're left with 4, 3. I think that's immediately obvious what we need to do. There's only 4 left here and now there's only a 3 left here. Okay, what else is happening? This 5 candidate has to be removed. This 2 candidate has to be removed from here. And now we have a 1 and intersecting here in this row. So 1 goes here, 9 comes here like so. There's one missing number from this row, which is 9. Now that we have the 9, we had a pair of 8 or 9 here. So we know that that's 8. If we come up, we know that that has to be 9. That has to be 8. And again up here, that has to be 8. That has to be 9. I notice there's a 5 that we can extend down this column. So from this pair of 3 and 5, that's the 5 there. 3 goes here. There are only 2 numbers left, so the missing number here is 1. Let's see, 1 across this row. So that's 1 there. And the only last number to fill in is a 4. It's part of a pair there. Just in time for the motorbikes to arrive and cause lots of noise. I enjoyed that. I like that puzzle. That was really nice. That took some work. There were some empty places and a bit of work on my part. But it was an enjoyable solution. I like it when numbers seem to fit quite well at the end. Well, thank you, Observer, for today's puzzle. Tomorrow is Monday, beginning of the week. Back to the Guardian, back to daily routine, if you have a daily routine. If you don't, back to whatever it is that you do tomorrow. Getting up whenever you feel like it, having a shower whenever it's convenient, maybe having breakfast at lunchtime, whatever. But hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks very much. Bye.